Hi, I am Sapana Fiyal and today I am presenting my assessment of ECEC 200. First of all, I would like to acknowledge all the Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander traditional custodians of country and recognizing their continuing connection to land, sea, culture and community. We pay our respect to elders past and present. What is play? Play is everything to the children. They experience the world through play. It is fun for them and essential for their social, emotional, and cognitive development. According to the UN Committee on the Rights of Child, play is the vital dimension of the pleasure of childhood. For example, by playing the role play, they understand the role of every member in the society. And in the fun way, they were learning the world. So what is the play-based learning? You might think like that my child is running everywhere, like jumping, how he or she can learn by playing. So yes, there are two types of the play. One is free play and another is the intentional play-based learning. So as presented in my slide, free play is about letting child to be children. So as your concern, some parents wonder free play is just mocking around, but according to the research, children engage in more effective problem solving behaviors in a child directed play condition than in more formal educator directed settings. So you might think if they are learning more in the free play, so why we educators needed for them to learn? Even according to the Early Learning Years Program framework, EYLF, it is mentioned that children are confident and independent learners. So you can see there as well, but the guided learning of children helps them to achieve their goals and enhance their problem solving skills. Educators support them to balance while playing, jumping and making the right movements and taking turns. So there are some of the theoretical approach to the play-based learning as well. One of my favorite is the Reggio Emilia approach. The early learning program has also incorporated the Reggio Emilia approach. This philosophy is based on the learning. As ECT, I like this philosophy because it is focused on learning, which is also connected to the early years learning framework of Australia, as I mentioned before. So learning through playing, zoo of drawing is an example of that one. For example, you will give one paper to the child and make them drawing of the animals as they assume on their mind. So all together, if we connect it, we can make a zoo and we can show them like who has drawn what and what kind of animals there's in the zoo as well. So children learn by developing their own knowledge from the activities as well. This is the Reggio Emilia approach. So educators, they design the activities depending on the knowledge and the interest of the children. So a child must have to participate and engage to explore their learnings. Another is the socio-cultural theory. Lev Vygotsky is the prior of this theory. According to the Vygotsky, the children learning can be supported by the adult, which is important for advancing them to higher stages of cognitive development. And there are different types of the play, and every type of the play has the learning scaffold environment. So sensory play, sand and water play supports the cognitive development and fine motor skills. The dramatic play, it is like pretending the role play. It develops language and communication skills and make them knowledgeable or understandable on the social roles as well. And the physical play, which is about the running, climbing, building the coordination between the mind and body. Constructive play, this is building and creating, makes critical to the problem solving. Another is the guided play. Educator supported play help scaffold the learning goals. These all kind of the play are also supported by the National Quality Standard NQS and EYLF. So you might have think like that, why play-based learning is important. As given in my slide, you can see over here, I would like to give one example of Ben Kingston Hughes case study with the children who were initially afraid of the adults because they had gone through a lot of trauma. So the team implemented unstructured superhero play, where the children and adults dress up and play together as equal in order to build a trust. And one child giggled for the first time in his life during the session, so which is the social worker later regarded as a significant. That child was able to experience happiness and connection beyond the prior experiences because of the safe and joyous environment that the shared play has been produced. Building puzzle or sorting colors help them solve problems and learn how things work. Playing in groups teaches them how to share with the friends, and role play of pretending to be a doctor or the superhero helps them to build confidence. Running, jumping, climbing help them to coordinate with their body, so they feel the sense of belonging, being, and becoming. So while planning the play-based learning, I will also focus on this strategy. Especially I focused on listening. I will listen to the child interest and their ideas, and solving problems. I will encourage them to solve the problem by themselves. Modeling, I will make play linked to the learning. And questioning, I'll ask the open-ended questions to know, to expand their understanding. So these all are the reference I cited for this assignment. Thank you.